of plastic at the highest rates in the history of interest rates.
Picture this. You wake up tomorrow and money starts flowing into your account. Not because you worked extra hours, not because you clocked in or answered emails.
To learn, and particularly if you're in the technology industry, because it changes every day,
But because your assets are doing the work for you. No boss, no deadlines, no frantic hustling. That is the difference between trading time for money and building assets that pay you forever. Most people never experience this because they're trapped in the grind, the paycheck to paycheck loop, where your income is capped by the hours in your day. But what if I told you there's a way to break free and create streams of wealth that grow while you sleep? The harsh truth is that trading time for money is the fastest way to financial stagnation. You can hustle harder, get promotions, take side gigs, and still hit a ceiling because your income is tied to your presence. Once you stop trading hours for dollars and start acquiring assets that generate perpetual income, you unlock true financial freedom. In 2026, with access to digital platforms, AI tools, and investment vehicles, building these assets is easier than most realize, but it requires strategy, patience, and a shift in mindset. Let us dive into the first type of asset: equities and dividends. Stocks are not just for short-term trading. When you invest in quality companies, you essentially buy a piece of a business that continues to grow, earn, and pay you back over time. Dividends are the golden key here. They're cash payments companies distribute to shareholders. Once you own the right stocks, your money starts generating its own income. In 2026, dividend reinvestment is a critical strategy because compounding returns over years can turn modest investments into substantial wealth. Unlike a paycheck, dividends do not require you to trade hours for dollars. They work 24/7. Next, real estate. Rental properties, commercial real estate, and even digital real estate like domain names or virtual land in the metaverse can produce continuous income streams. Owning a property and leasing it creates cash flow month after month. Real estate is one of the few assets that can generate passive income and appreciate in value simultaneously. With today's tools, you can manage rentals remotely, use property management services, or invest through REITs, removing much of the traditional hassle while still enjoying ongoing revenue. Third, intellectual property, books, courses, music, software, patents. These are assets that can pay you forever. Once you create a digital product or patent a unique idea, it can continue generating revenue without additional effort. In 2206, online learning platforms, AI tools, and global marketplaces make this easier than ever. One well-crafted course or piece of software can earn recurring income while you focus on creating the next asset. The initial work is upfront, but the payout lasts indefinitely, long after your time is spent. Fourth, business equity. Owning a stake in a business, even if you're not managing it daily, is a powerful wealth multiplier. You benefit from profits, growth, and eventual exits while others do the operational work. Many successful investors focus on acquiring or co-founding businesses that can scale independently of their daily involvement. In 2026, online businesses, subscription services, and SaaS platforms make it possible to own businesses that generate income globally without being tied to a physical location or a 9-to-5 schedule. Fifth, bonds and fixed income assets. While they do not have the explosive potential of stocks or real estate, bonds and other fixed income instruments provide reliable, ongoing income. Government and corporate bonds pay interest regularly, offering stability and predictability. For those building long-term wealth, bonds are the foundation that balances higher-risk investments, ensuring your asset portfolio generates continuous returns even during market volatility. Sixth, digital content and social media assets. The rise of platforms in 2200 means content itself can be an asset. YouTube channels, podcasts, blogs, and even social media followings can generate ad revenue, sponsorships, affiliate income, and subscriptions. Once the content is created, it keeps earning. A single viral video or a high-quality podcast episode can bring recurring revenue for years. The work up front is intensive, but the beauty is that your digital assets never sleep. They keep paying while you're off doing other things. Finally, seventh, cryptocurrency and blockchain assets. Beyond speculative trading, crypto offers real assets that generate income. Staking coins, participating in decentralized finance, or earning yields on tokenized assets can provide ongoing returns. In 2206, blockchain-based financial systems are more mature, regulated, and accessible, making it easier for everyday investors to create perpetual income streams. Unlike traditional trading, which demands constant attention, these assets work continuously, compounding rewards over time. What all these assets have in common is one thing: they detach income from hours worked. Once established, they generate wealth independently, freeing you from the ceiling of traditional employment. The secret to building them is starting early, reinvesting returns, and diversifying across multiple asset types. Most people fail to achieve this because they remain comfortable trading time for money, thinking that more work equals more income. But true wealth comes from owning systems, not labor. Here's a subtle truth: the earlier you start, the faster compounding works. Even small investments in dividends, rental properties, digital products, or crypto can snowball dramatically over a decade or two. Many people wait, hoping to get rich quick, while the wealthy quietly accumulate assets that they earn for them over decades. Time is the ultimate ally, and procrastination is the enemy. Another critical element is automation. In 2206, it is possible to automate investments, reinvest dividends, manage digital content monetization, and even maintain rental portfolios remotely. Automation ensures that assets generate income reliably without constant supervision, giving you freedom to focus on growth, learning, and new opportunities. Building these 7 assets requires strategic thinking. Do not chase trends blindly. Focus on quality, scalability, and systems that can survive and thrive without constant input. A diversified portfolio of assets that generate passive income protects against risk, ensures long-term growth, and ultimately frees you from the constraints of trading time for money. The mental shift is equally important. Owning assets is not about instant gratification. It is about delayed reward, patience, and compounding. You must prioritize creating or acquiring income-generating assets over temporary luxuries. It is uncomfortable at first, but the payoff is unmatched. Every dollar invested, every course created, every property acquired, every equity stake earned adds to a portfolio that pays for life. And here's the kicker: once you've built even a few of these assets, the snowball effect begins. Dividends reinvest into more equities, rental income funds another property, digital content earns enough to hire a team to scale production, cryptocurrency yields generate new investments. One asset grows into many, and your income multiplies while your reliance on traditional labor diminishes. That is how ordinary people become financially free. So, the question is not, how do I work harder? The question is, which assets am I building that will pay me forever? Because until you stop trading hours for dollars and start acquiring income-generating assets, your earning potential will always be limited. The wealthy are not smarter, they just own systems that work for them continuously. Start today by identifying which of these 7 assets align with your skills, interests, and resources. Even if you start small, the key is consistency and reinvestment. Build 1, then 2, then 3 assets, and watch as your financial freedom grows exponentially. This is not a theory, it is a blueprint followed by those who escape the paycheck trap and achieve lasting wealth. Remember, working for money keeps you confined. Building assets lets money work for you. Dividends, real estate, intellectual property, business equity, bonds, digital content, and blockchain assets. These are your keys to financial freedom. Acquire them, nurture them, and let them compound over time. Stop trading time for money and start letting your assets pay you forever.